Welcome back to the InherAlchemist TV. In today's video, we are going to be taking a look into the relationship of Ari Fletcher and Moneybagg Yo. So before we get started, I really need you guys to like the video. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel and that you have your notification bells on. If you have suggestions about celebrities that you want to look into, relationship or otherwise, just let me know down in the comments. I have a long list of people that I want to review myself, but I'm always open to suggestions because you guys got some good ideas. All right, so I want to jump right in. I have Ari at the top row, and I have Moneybagg Yo in the bottom row. And listen, Ari has been contemplating this relationship for a minute. You know what I mean? There's something about the way that Moneybagg Yo loves her that is just not believable to her. I feel like she's confused about what it is that he wants from her or what it is that he's offering her in the long run. And it looks like she's over working on it. You know what I mean? And she's kind of looking at working on herself. And I don't know. I feel like she has a hard time walking away because, for one, she's emotionally invested into him. Whereas I don't know, he seems to have his eyes on somebody else, or he's planning to be with somebody else. It looks like maybe an older woman, a more mature person, not necessarily older than him, but maybe somebody that's older than Ari. Now, the thing is that Ari gets into these moments where she just contemplates that she's over it. Mainly she's bored, mainly she's tired, and she's kind of like even in a bit of a depression regarding not only this relationship but other things as well. And she's very guarded, but she's not guarded in a hostile, defensive way. She's more so guarded in like a pouty way. You know what I mean? I think she wants something to change, but maybe she doesn't even know what she wants to change. I feel like his love is there for her, but it's just hard for her to accept because she doesn't understand it. I also show that he might be a person that intellectualizes the love, meaning that he tries to make her make sense of her own feelings instead of allowing her to feel the way that she feels, and it comes across as like kind of like gaslighting, or like him trying to consistently talk her out of her own mind a bit, and then she gets confused, and then she has to like separate from him to try to figure out like how she really feels about the situation. Now, the problem is that every time she kind of gets her bearings and wants to like break the illusion around the situation and really like walk away, here he comes running. You know what I mean? And he does things like he chases her. He asks her to marry him. He sweet talks her. He buys her things, and he really tries to let her know that he's dedicated to the relationship and dedicated to them. But it's only when she has her back turned and when she's on her way out the door. Otherwise, it's almost like he's ignoring her or not giving her that much attention. You know what I mean? Now, financially, there is some type of motivation because she knows that if she walks away from Moneybagg Yo, that her income is gonna basically be cut in half. So I don't know how much he's breaking her off or what he's doing to take care of the situation, but it looks like it would cause her a significant financial loss. But because she's taking such a spiritual hit with him anyways, she's almost just considering like, fuck it, I can just start all over. You know what I mean? So the money is not necessarily the reason why she doesn't leave him. It plays a part though. What's the reason why she won't leave him is that he keeps chasing her every time she's walking out the door. You know what I mean? And then on top of, she kind of has a feeling like, well, what am I going to walk to? I don't really want to be by myself. I don't really want to do it by myself. Not that I can't, but I don't want to. Both of them have in their energy their families as well. Moneybagg Yo, he's focused on creating some type of legacy with his family, but he has a lot of family problems. Like his family betrays him around money. You know what I mean? And they victimize him a lot. And I think that's why he clings to Ari maybe. in some type of weird way, he doesn't feel like she would necessarily like do him the way his family does. You know what I mean? Like, he feels like she's too emotionally caught up in him to look at him the way that they do. And the way that they look at him is that not like he's Moneybagg Yo. You know what I mean? They don't treat him like he's nothing special. Even though he's coming across as like the patriarch of the family or like the leader of the family, he's somebody that everybody turns to when they need help, when they need wisdom. He's the leader of his family, but he just has a lot of people in his family backdooring him. Either way it goes, he doesn't act maliciously towards these people. So I find that he's always going to be a person that kind of like has what he needs. And he's always going to be able to regenerate himself. Despite the fact that he does go through like a lot of financial betrayals and even mental betrayals. Yeah. Now, Ari, she's about to have some financial problems, like, and this is gonna come out of nowhere. I think that maybe she's losing like a contract or some type of deal or partnership, because this is surrounding her work. There's gonna be like some type of change in the condition that really sets her back financially. And I'm almost showing like a, not kind of like a regression, but like a regrouping. Like, she's gonna have to put in some work, whereas it seems like how she got where she is now, she didn't necessarily have to work for it. It came more naturally to her. You know what I mean? So it's more like she's like had like opportunities. You know what I mean? Whether she just used herself or just her natural talent, she just didn't have to put in that work like that. Now she's gonna have to be working hard in order to rebuild herself back up, because like I said, she's about to take a financial hit. Now, this financial hit or hardship, I don't know, this may come out publicly. I don't know if she'll maybe be filing for bankruptcy, or maybe somebody in her close friends and family circle is going to be coming out and saying that she's broke or that she hasn't paid them. I don't know. There's going to be some type of like information that comes out regarding her finances. All of this information is not going to be true though. Some of this shit is going to be lies, but the basis of what they're saying is going to be true. Like, where they're coming from and how they feel is going to be true, but the shit that comes out of their mouth is not going to be true. It's going to be meant to kind of like humiliate her, or like bring her down or something. You know what I mean? This is going to come from somebody that's in her inner circle, which is going to make it kind of like a little bit more believable. Now, Moneybagg Yo, he's feeling like he needs to turn back towards this other woman. And I show that he has plans to be with this person. Like I said, this person is just a little bit more mature. I don't know. Ari comes across as like she might be sweet too, but this person seems like somebody that has his complete trust, but has turned away from him as well. You know what I mean? Turned away because he kept them waiting. And he basically told them like, you know, like, I'm doing this for us. You know what I mean? Like, I have to sacrifice this relationship with me and you for us, so we can build our future, so we can build our kids. And that was just in the plan. You know what I mean? Him and this woman had a plan for him to kind of get what he needs to get by any means necessary. But now it's been too long, and I'm showing that the woman just does not believe him. In addition, it looks like Moneybagg Yo has like a drug problem, or alcohol problem, or a money problem. He has a lot of vices. You know what I mean? He has a lot of vices that are kind of like secret, but I show that he's using like drugs and alcohol to help him like contend with his mind, because he has the type of mind that plays tricks on him. You know what I mean? So he might be prone to having like anxiety, or just being really restless. But I think his mental illness, I think he has, is more like a secret or something that a lot of people don't know about. They think that he's using drugs and all of these vices just to party and be a part of the gang, and it's really not that for him. It's almost damn near a spiritual reason why he uses the drugs. Number one, it exacerbates his creativity, but two, it kind of channels the energy of his mind a little bit better. You know what I mean? Like he feels like he uncovers his hidden talents when he does drugs. And he does, but his mind is like full of like darkness, you know what I mean? And his mind is like a dangerous place for him to be. So I don't know if he like fantasizes about being like a I don't know, I can't knock him because I used to have fantasies about being a killer too, but he has a dark mind, and it's almost like he uses drugs to keep him from leaning over into the darkness, you know what I mean? And also I think that he has he has like enemies that he doesn't know about, but he feels the energy. I don't know, maybe he's like an empath a little bit. I think I got that recently in somebody else's reading. But with this moon card, I'm feeling like he senses things, energies around him, and in order for him to keep going, he has to like use drugs so that he can channel those thoughts into something creative and put it in like his art or his music. Otherwise, he's just gonna be sharply focused on who might be out to get him, and then when he thinks about that, his thoughts get really dark, you know what I mean? So what I'm trying to say is that the nigga's a killer, okay? He's very quiet though. He's very quiet, so you wouldn't suspect it. He's like a person that will sit like in a couch and like zone out and like play in his hair, and you won't know really what he's thinking, and what he's thinking of is like taking the breath out of somebody, you know what I mean? But when he does like drugs, or when he engages in his vices, it more so turns into like a creative energy, and I think that that's the energy that he's using so-called in his music to be successful. And I often wonder, like, is that why they say like artists and stuff are satanic? Is it not that they're satanic, but is it that they channel mental illness into creativity? You know what I mean? Because he has like a bit of a, I don't want to say like he's a paranoid schizophrenic, because it's not really to that degree. It's just that he is very perceptive of his environment, and he has a lot of betrayal. He has a lot of family members that have betrayed him. He has a lot of people that have ruined him or tried to ruin him. So I understand that. There's another woman here. He's juggling. He's juggling between. Sorry about that. He's juggling between a relationship, a committed relationship, a woman that he has, and a woman that he has like on the side. Now, Ari is like his relationship, I assume, because she's fine. You know what I mean? Like, he thinks that she look good, she's popular, but he doesn't. I ain't gonna say he doesn't trust her. It's just that she matches his energy, and he's not really looking for somebody that matches energy. So he has somebody that he trusts, that's cute, that's doable, but she's not a hot girl. You know what I mean? And for that matter, Ari may not be either. A lot of people are one way in public and they're different in private, but this person is already proven themselves. You know what I mean? And so he's like at a war between being with somebody that's hot, that's charismatic, that's business oriented, that has the same type of energy as him, and then somebody who he trusts and that he has a structured relationship with. Now, his mature mind is telling him that he needs to plan to kind of like be with this original person. You know what I mean? This person that he trusts and that has his loyalty. And he even wants to turn his back on his whole family and just like concentrate everything with this one person in this one direction. You know what I mean? But for right now, I feel like this person has him like cut off in some type of way. Whereas she might not be speaking to him, or she might be like, feels like he's lying to her, because she feels like he's like manipulated her into accepting or playing this position. And through her alone time, with him being off in the whatever he's in, she's like coming out of her emotional trusting space with him, and she's trying to use her head now. And in her head, she feels like what he's doing is unfair, and that he's playing on her emotions for him and her love for him and their family. Looks like they may have kids together. And she's like, I'll cut all this love and shit off. She's like, I'll take my kids. I'll take my feelings. Like, I'll cut you out. You know what I mean? That's how she's feeling. But she feels like that's a fair decision based on what he's doing. And she's trying to learn how to love herself. Because the thing is, I think she believed him when he told her that, like, maybe this is like a business relationship. I'm going to go get this money, and this is the perfect person for me to do it with. And it looks like that might be true, but he's definitely caught up with Ari. Like, she knows how to make him chase her, but she also, like I said, she also leaves in order to get him to chase her, because when she's not leaving and when she's just sitting there, he doesn't really pay her that much attention. He doesn't. You know what I mean? It's like she has to ring the alarm in order to get him to pay attention to her. Where his heart is, it's not really showing where his heart is. It's just showing where his loyalty is and what's comfortable to his mind. And what's comfortable to his mind and his loyalty is to go with the girl that he's been with whose trust he understands. But because she's kind of empowered herself and she's like loving herself and feeling like she can do things on her own, she feels like what he's doing is unfair. I don't think he really knows how to really kind of like be with this person. So that's why he's juggling between putting in the work towards the traditional family setting and the original person versus being with like this hot girl and staying in like this runner chaser mentality and being like in kind of like the player ways a little bit. But yeah, so that's what I got for Ari and Moneybagg Yo. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And I'll see you on the next one.